Libya parties is the only way out of the crisis, adding that delegates decisively reject military solution or foreign intervention to the Libyan crisis. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry described on Saturday the Egyptian-American relations as strategic, as they coordinate on several bilateral, regional and international issues, putting into consideration the interests of both countries. Shoukry's statements came during a press conference noting that contacts between Egypt and the new U.S. administration had been ongoing even before it assumes power, when President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi met with President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly. The top diplomat also referred to his meeting in December with the Vice President, in which emphasized strong relations and the will of both countries to strengthen cooperation that should be built on mutual respect. Asked about concerns in the Arab region of reports that the U.S. Embassy in Israel would be transferred to Jerusalem or Al-Quds, the top diplomat said that there was no need to rush into conclusions as it's too early to assess the U.S. foreign policy. That's all we have for now. Stay tuned on Nile TV International always for more updates. For more details, please log on to www.nileinternational.net. Thanks for watching.
Be the first to know. The news live at the site of the event. Information on events as they are happening. If it's breaking news, it's Nile TV.
The beginning of the appearance of Habi, the god of the flood, goes back to the Old Kingdom, for the oldest known representation of him goes to the age of King Senefro in Dahshur. Starting from the 5th dynasty, Habi was pictured amongst a number of other fertility gods in the funerary temple of King Sahura in the bottom part of the temple's walls, where they carry the offerings of the temple. And sometimes we find Habi statues carrying a table with all sorts of offerings on it. Since the 19th dynasty, we find a new double appearance of God Habi. One is distinguished with the papyrus of Lower Egypt, and the other with the lotus plant of Upper Egypt. The two figures tie both halves of Egypt together through a symbolic tie of the symbols of the north and the south around the hieroglyphic sign that's pronounced Sema, and which meant the unification between the two halves of the country. We almost find this representation pictured on the temple's walls or on the bases of the big royal statues and the thrones. The reason behind its impersonification in two figures is a reflection of the idea of duality in ancient Egypt, which is clearly shown on everything. One of the other deities who was represented twice, one for Upper Egypt and one for Lower Egypt, was Goddess Merit. Different offerings were presented to him in the flood season, and specifically in the night of the falling drop. It's the night which precedes the arrival of the flood to an area in the midst of Heliopolis and Memphis on the Nile. These celebrations are still carried on till today in what's known as the celebration of the devotion of the Nile in the middle of August each year.
Welcome back. As we promised our dear viewers that our very first segment is going to be very special with a very special guest. I had the honor to have him more than once on Nile TV International screen, and every time I myself benefit from the interview. I knew that there is a real word, a real meaning of the word determination, will, the taste of victory, the taste of success, being a pharmacist, being a Paralympic champion, being all the time having dreams to fulfill, hopes to share with the others. We are very much delighted and honored to have with us Dr. Amr Farouk, one of our Paralympic champions who did great in Rio 2016 and who returned with a medal. Dr. Amr, hello.
Good morning. Hello.
A very good morning to you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Amr, and thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And of course, you made the impossible possible by winning the silver medal at Rio 2016 in weightlifting. Would you tell us more about the stages you passed through and the obstacles you faced to reach this stage?
The stages I face, first of all, in 2015, in November, I have played the European Open Championship, and I won the silver medal, and I have got a new African record. It was the first international game for me. I was playing on the gold medal, but the first, I don't have experience in the world champion, so I feel it's good to win a silver medal. And then in 2016, in February, I played the World Cup Championship in Dubai, and also I won the silver medal, and I got a new African Paralympic, new African record, which it was 226. And finally, I played the Paralympic game in Rio, and I won with 235 kilograms, a new African record, and a silver medal in the open weight. And I was the youngest player to win a medal in the powerlifting in general in the Paralympic game.
You are a specialist when it comes to breaking records,
Yes.
whether on the African level or in the international one. Congratulations, of course,
Thank
over
you.
it. But I'd like to know more about your experience in Brazil, in Rio. Behind the camera, I mean, behind the closed doors or behind the curtains.
In the warm-up area.
Yeah. Tell me about the atmosphere there. You were listening, for example, to how the coaches are giving instructions to other players from all over the world. Which player whom you had in mind that this will be my rival, for example, or this will be my main competitor? Tell me more about the atmosphere behind the curtains.
I was competing 5 players in this game. Mm-hmm. We are 5. We are try to get the silver medal because we have a gold medal from Iran. Yeah, already given to Iran. We are 5 players competing in the silver medal. So the atmosphere in Rio was difficult, was completely different from any other international game.
Yeah.
According to me, because it is the largest world champion. The first time to me to appear on it. The coaches play an important role in my silver medal because I have won it in the last attempt with 235, and the nearest competing for me was 234. So it is completely difficult and different for me. The first 2 champion, it was maybe more easy because I have got it with a difference between me and the computer. Maybe the atmosphere was difficult and so different.
The competition was very tough.
Was very tough, yeah. And the medal was very tough also. Especially the first time, and I'm the youngest player in Rio. It is difficult for me. It's really difficult.
We are now watching this attempt.
Yes.
And I really like your facial expressions, especially after clinching or after knowing well that you did it and that it was a right attempt, a correct attempt. Yes, that's it. This is what I want people to share with us. The real moment of success and victory, Amr.
In this attempt, before I got into this attempt, I was already won the bronze medal. But it is not my aim. The bronze medal was not my aim. So I get this attempt as if it's my dream. Your dream, you have 2 minutes and then you will get your dream. The silver medal or not. According to me, if I have got the bronze medal, I will not be happy.
Yeah.
It is a medal. It is a Paralympic medal. But according to me, it is not my aim.
Yeah.
So this attempt was a very special attempt for me, and the last tough attempt for me, according to my 12 years playing weightlifting. I
Right.
was.
Dr. Amr, before digging more into your championship, I would like you to tell me more about your determination and what would you like to tell the youth your age about the fact that when there is a will, there is a way. What would you like to tell the youth?
I would like to tell them that I have. There is nothing named impossible. First of all, I'm a pharmacist and I'm a Paralympic champion. So I get the 2 ways. It's too difficult to come special in the 2 ways. But my aim and from I was young, I want to be different, not an ordinary one. If I will be a pharmacist only and not be a Paralympic champion, it's okay. There is a lot of pharmacists in Egypt. And if I will be a Paralympic champion without will be a pharmacist as a commerce college, it will be easy, it will be normal for here in Egypt. But the 2 ways to get your dream in the 2 ways and to be the top in the 2 ways is so difficult. But finally it was. So there is nothing named impossible. This is I want to say
that there's a way.
Yeah.
Is it only time management? Is it the help of your family? Is it the help of your teachers at school, then your professors in the college, in the faculty, or your coaches in the club? Tell me about who or how you have got help from the surrounding people to get your dreams true or achieved on the ground.
First of all, the help from my family at home. This is the main. This is the main issue or the main reason for my success.
The support of the family.
The support of the family.
Specifically.
Yeah, the mother specifically. She is the most, or she is all of the support from it.
She
from
believes
her.
in you.
She believes on me. This has given me a proof that I can make. And the professors, all of the help or all of the supporters you have told must be together to finally get a success person or success goal, or there is not an individual.
Yes.
The goal will not be an individual. It must be a teammate.
That's true.
You started with swimming at an early age. Then you moved on to weightlifting. Why did you make this shift?
Because I love weightlifting. The reasons that I get in swimming, because I don't know that we have a Paralympic game in powerlifting or weightlifting. So, and swimming, not having a national team, this is the main reason that I shifted from it to weightlifting, because it don't have future, swimming. I have got 20 medals in swimming in 2 years, but here in Egypt,
Yeah, okay.
we don't have a national team, so it will not have a future.
Dr. Amr, let me return back to Rio and tell me when you yourself saw the moment you have achieved this medal and how you have reacted. What was your impression? I mean, I think you, in that moment, you didn't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But when you saw it, right after it, the case is different. Yeah, I mean, you laughed, for example, you smiled, you said, oh, why I was that tense.
Yes.
Tell me your impression.
My impression is different. It's different. يعني, I don't believe what I did.
Till the moment.
Yeah, till the moment. When I got to the hotel in Rio after the game, I met somebody from my teammate. He told me, what did you do after the attempt? I didn't know what I do. I didn't know what I do, really. Until I came up to my room and I have turned on my match again. I didn't believe. How can I do that? How could I do that? Yeah. No. I mean the impression after the attempt. How did I do that? I didn't. I will be out of feel.
But you were expecting or you were not expecting?
I'm expecting from Egypt. But when I reached Rio and I saw the previous matches of my teammate, the referees were so tough. So it's difficult.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. It is get difficult to me. And I didn't believe that I will get a silver medal.
Right. Before Rio 2016 and before winning this silver medal, of course, you've participated in several championships. Would you tell us more about those championships?
First at Iger in Hungary, 2015. This is the first international championship. I was playing on a gold medal because the gold medal has lifted 228 kilograms and I lifted 222. It is easy for me to get the gold medal, but as I told you, it was the first international match, so it have its fear.
Sure.
I'm blessed with the silver medal as a first time and a new African record, and I take experience in the international, which may be useful in the next World Cup Dubai. The World Cup Dubai, I have played against the gold medal, which is Rahmani. He was participating, so I already will take the silver, not the gold. But the experiences that I took from the previous make me more calm in the attempts. Relaxed in the attempts. And I get the 3 attempts, it's okay. These two will give me more experience in Rio.
Sure.
To play with cold and temper. Maybe it's useful in the silver medal at
Sure,
all.
it is. But since you are here with us and you are a pharmacist, I should see the opportunity to ask you about this doping issue. Because, for example, our dear Fatma Omar was banned from participating in or even training because she was taking some medications for some personal issues, but unfortunately this was indicated under the umbrella of the banned substances. How you are protecting yourself from taking any supplement or any medication with ingredients banned, and how the piece of advice you are giving to the youth who are now training and they depend on these supplements despite the fact that they are very harmful and they can do a lot of damages to their bodies.
First of all, I don't take any supplements. From my beginning of my play in general, I don't take any supplements because now I'm 24 years old and I will take supplements. Okay, when I will be 30 and 35, what should I will take? So supplements, I hope that all the players, especially in young ages, no supplements. No supplements. And about Fatma Omar, I thought that the medical team with the problem, and I especially I gotten from the WADA site, I prohibited list. I have downloaded and I will say it, and I getting updated with it every time. I will take take a medication, even if it's supplements or, for example, cold. We have a drug in cold. It is normal here in Egypt.
Yep.
But to the
this is the exact meaning of what I was talking about. Maybe it's an ordinary drug for us, but it may contain some bad ingredients.
Some bad ingredients. It will be considered as doping. But if it is taken before the match, within 3 days.
Just 3 days?
Just 3 days.
But before that, it's okay?
Before that, it's okay. Out of match, it's okay. But again, in match, before 3 days, it will be doping. And it's a gold medication. There is not a supplement or anything according to the play. So I hope that every single player
for
get
you,
in the
prohibited list. Because this is your specialty. But for others, we should take care of this because we do not want to repeat neither the issue of Fatma Omar nor the issue of Ihab Abdurrahman, for example.
Yes, but I think that this is the role of the medical team of each player.
Amen to that.
Right. How do you see the importance of the role of the audience for any champion? How does it affect you while playing? I mean, the cheering up and the cheerleaders and all this, how does it affect you?
It supports me. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, it supports me, the audience. Make me feel that I did something, that I get make me feel that I do something.
Encouragement. It's
encouragement.
Sort of encouragement.
Encouragement for me that I did something. That I felt.
And how was the audience at Rio 2016?
It's different because it's Paralympic Games, so it is different. Maybe this is the reason, or make me more optimistic and more determined to the silver medal. To get it, and I thought that is not impossible to get it.
And Dr. Amr, have you met the president?
Yes.
And
when
how
we
was
came.
It? How was it?
It's again, according to me, it's pleasure. It's more pleasure to meet the president, because especially it is the president. This is the whole government or whole Egypt
supporting you,
supporting me.
and Paralympics and all athletes actually.
How he
There's a
dealt
great
with
support
you?
to sports.
Tell us about the meeting. I mean, was it that formal, or was it just a meeting between among family members? Tell us about the atmosphere there.
The atmosphere there. First of all, we have take the medal, the medal from him, and then after the medal, it will be a friendly met for I think 2 hours. We are sitting with him as if a father sitting with his sons, This make me that I feel that
Comfortable?
Comfortable, yeah, comfortable. Comfortable. I don't have words to say, but I really out of pleasure because of this met.
You were touched by this.
Yeah.
Right. Would you tell us more about your life away of sports, your personal life?
My personal life now, I'm at work, the pharmacist. I love my work because it's my career, which I was imagining or dreamed to it for a while, for 5 years in the college. Now my life, or now my personal life, is more easier than old, than study.
Yeah.
Now
Sure.
it's more easier than study. So I have my work and I have my training. I hope that I will reach my goal in the 2 ways.
Tell you something, for me, you were studying organic chemistry and biochemistry, then you're a genius. But anyhow,
That's really.
regarding being honored by many organizations, in one of the incidents or one of the events, there was Muhammad Rashwan. Muhammad Rashwan, our Olympic medalist, and even more than this Olympic medal, he is the symbol or the model of fair play.
Fair play.
How was the meeting with Muhammad Rashwan?
Muhammad Rashwan, I have learned the fair play from him. He made something which is more important from the medal.
Sure.
For any player, for any single player, even if it is a single player or a team player. The fair play is the most important. The met with him, I was happy to meet such a character like Muhammad Rashwan.
Yes.
To learn from him more.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot, especially in the fair play. The fair play, which is most important for us, that you have to
learn all the time.
To learn
And he's
over the
very
time.
modest, he's very humble, and even as a TV presenter, when I was honored to have him, and when I was introducing him, he was that modest and he was that humble. Oh, I don't deserve all of this.
Yeah.
No, dear, you really deserve.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yes.
we have learned this from him.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah. And I would like you also to tell us more about your future plans in terms of sports, personal life, work. Do you have any special plans?
Special plans in the sport. I hope that I will play on the gold medal in Tokyo 2020. And as I told, that is not impossible. There is nothing named impossible. And in the career, I hope that I will get over a company, a pharmaceutical company in Egypt. So I can make a
Have this
balance
balance.
between, make a balance between my work and my training, and if it will be in the national team. I don't think that it's okay from my career and my playing. It says that's it for me.
Great. But when is going to be your very first coming international event, and where?
We have an international event, which is the World Championship in Mexico in October 2017. I hope it will be a new start for me to start to play in the gold medal, and I will not get it because it is short time, but I will compete on it.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
And did you participate in other champions recently?
Recently, I have participated in Gumhariya Championship in Egypt here, and I have got the gold medal. I have lifted 215 kilograms, and my opponent have lifted 190 kilograms.
25 kilograms to separate between you and your nearest rival.
Yeah.
And you were speaking about the impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that you have this word in your dictionary. Well, Dr. Amr Farouk, our very special guest in this episode of The Breakfast Show, our Paralympic champion, our pharmacist, thank you very much for your input. Have a very good day, and we all the time always wishing you the best of luck.
Thank you
Thank
for
you
you
very
and all the
much for
spectators.
coming. Thank you very much. And dear viewers, we now go for this short break and we'll be right back.